Yo, what is up guys, Grim here, and in today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys all my secrets to making massive currency as a boss killer. I guess just a little bit of a resume. We made around a few hundred exalts from killing bosses at the league start, just with a boss killer, and it is very, very lucrative. As you can see here, we have a full blasting fire blade vortex character ready to go for mapping, and then we also have the golem character still fully geared up as well. Both of them cost, a lot of money, so we definitely have a lot of cash that we made off of these strategies. And if you're looking to make some money, I definitely recommend them. So let me give you guys the inside detail and give you guys the strats. So the first thing you guys are going to want to know is, of course, what bosses to slay. Well, it depends. There is a number of different routes that you can go down to make an absolute killing, depending on the power level of your character. But at the very entry level, and what I was doing, is Guardian maps. So let's just bring up a quick website here. It's going to be really useful in helping you guys out to decide what you want to do. So the website is called PoEprofit.com. Very, very useful for kind of figuring out which bosses you want to do. So the bosses I decided to do were the Guardian maps. Now, why is this? The reason for this is because they're pretty much always guaranteed to either make their money back or make you profit. And the reason for this is because when you do a Guardian map, they always have a boss at the end, and that boss has a 100% chance to drop a fragment of their respective map. So if you're doing the Shaper Guardians, they'll always drop, for example, Chimera will always drop the Chimera fragment. The Elder Guardians will always drop the Elder Guardian fragments. That's a 100% chance, and generally it completely covers the price of the map. So you can see a Pit of Chimera, 15C. Fragment of Chimera, 18C. So I'm already guaranteed to make 3C profit out of the gate. Very, very good. Now, the reason this becomes better is because the Guardians have unique items that they can drop. They used to be significantly more expensive when we were doing it. They have since dropped in price, but that is a byproduct of the league start kind of situation. They are still worth a little bit of money, and you can still make a little bit of cash there. The Minotaur, same deal. They basically drop their fragment 100% of the time, and don't worry, will be important information when you get to the next part of this strategy. So very, very easy there, not too bad. So you're going to get some Guardian maps. Make sure you load up, and you'll be able to sell the fragments. The reason this is particularly potent is because of the new Atlas tree in the center, the Uncharted Realms. So there is, in fact, a node on the Uncharted Realms called Guardian's Aid. Now, with Guardian's Aid, you'll be having to kill the Guardian at 33% again. So when it gets to 33%, it'll heal up to full, no problem, but this time, he'll spawn in an additional Guardian. So it'll be like Hydra and Chimera, Minotaur and Phoenix, and in combination, it'll be like Eradicator and Constrictor. It works for Elder Guardians and Shaper Guardians. The reason this is particularly good is because they have a chance to drop both their uniques and their fragments. So let's say you get Phoenix, you're doing a Phoenix map, and it spawns in Minotaur. Minotaur will have a 50% chance to drop his fragment. I did a lot of these Guardians, that's around about what it is, 50% chance. So you're now already having a pretty much guaranteed chance to make your money back, but now you have a 50% chance to double it. And you have also the chance of getting a really cool unique, which could be worth a lot of money. Like, like I Am Innocence or something like that. I think it's still pretty expensive. Let's quickly just check that. I'm curious. Yeah, I Am Innocence is still worth 70 chaos, so pretty good there. So you have a really good chance of just doubling your money, a 50% chance to actually make your money back. So it's actually like a 50% return on every single Guardian map you run, because it cannot possibly be lower, because you have that 50% chance to get that fragment from that other guy. And you can just sell these sets in bulk, just bang, 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 bang. But it gets better, because when you're doing these Guardian maps, you do, of course, have a chance to drop maps. And these maps can be sold to other players. They're fairly expensive right now, and you can actually make quite a lot of money. Because you're buying your maps, you don't care about any sustain or anything like that, so you just sell them. And they're extra profit on top of your already guaranteed return and profit from the Guardian node. So very, very cool indeed. Now, another cool thing about the Uncharted Realms is Remnants of the Past. You have a 6% chance to just get a Guardian map back when slaying the Shaper Guardians. Very, very cool indeed. And with a high Awakener bonus, you can actually have another additional 9% chance. So it's 6 plus 9, 15% chance to get a refund on your Guardian map. So that's actually a lot of money as well. So you have another 15% chance to make your money back completely, which is very, very cool. And then it's like tons of profit, and it's really, really nice. So very, very good nodes there. An additional overpowered part of this tree, though, is the fact that you get these. So the Shaper, the Elder, and their Guardians have 35% chance to drop an influenced item. With all 3 nodes, that's 100% chance to drop an influence item, and stuff like shaped amulets, Elder bows, like an Elder Citadel bow, sell for multiple exalts in some cases. So this is, again, very, very nice in terms of profit, and you can just scoop up all of those Shaper and Elder items, identify them, and quickly check them with a Awakened PoE trade, and you could potentially be striking a 2 or 3 exalt bow base, which, you know, is more cash, and you can kind of see how this starts to add up to hundreds of exalts fairly quickly, and it all just depends on how quickly you can do the Guardian maps. Very, very cool indeed. You know, very, very nice there. So yeah, you want to probably be speccing into all 3 of these nodes so that you can be getting a lot of juice. Very, very nice. So another cool thing though is the fact that these bases also drop throughout the map, and you're going to be able to pick them up there as well. So very, very nice. And they're all going to be high item level because they're T16 maps. Super duper cool indeed. Now, the thing that caps off this strategy with a massive paycheck is, of course, the invitations. Let's see if I have any. The formed. So the ones you're looking for, I don't have any there. I have an Elder Guardian one here. The ones you're looking for is for the formed for Shaper Guardians and the twisted for the Elder Guardians. So the twisted gives you all 4 Elder Guardians at once. Of course, you have to witness them first, no problem. And the formed is all 4 Shaper Guardians at once. Now, when you're doing these and you get in there, well, you're going to first of all get Watchstones, which is really nice. You're going to get Splinters for the Maven encounter, which are worth a little bit of money as well. And you're also going to get the Respec Orbs, which are really worth a little bit of money as well. All 3 of those things are guaranteed, and they'll pay back the price of the invitation and some already. Very, very nice indeed. But the real winner here is that you have a chance to get any of the items that are dropped by these Guardians. You can drop their fragment, or you can drop their item, you know, from that boss fight. So for example, if you're doing the Elder Guardians, you can just drop a Bell Timber Blade, and that's like, you know, more exalts for you. And this is kind of just part of the boss farming kind of like strategy now. You'll do 4 Guardians, you'll make money off them guaranteed, and then you'll do the invitation, you'll guarantee money off that. 4 invitation, and you just go over and over and over and over and over and over again. You can add the Maven into that, but I don't think she's really worth the time to kill right now because she doesn't really drop anything. But yeah, this is how I made all my money at League Start. It's very, very powerful, and you're going to make a ton of currency doing it. Make sure you check the returns on the PoE Profit website, but I think you can push this even further. Now, prices are starting to fall off for Guardians because, you know, their drops aren't as rare anymore. But if you want to start to push this and really become a really crazy boss killer, you could take this to the next level. There's certainly plenty of other strategies on this Uncharted Realms on this Uncharted Realms talent tree. The main one that I think that is very important is Synthetic Source. Synthetic Source makes it so that any synthesis map you run, their boss drops will have triple synthesis implicits. So, for example, if you're doing the synthesized park map to drop the rings, like, you know, let's say you get a Herald of Ash ring, then you will get 3 implicits on it, increasing your chance to get something like flammability, or, you know, frostbite on the cold one. You could get the helmet with reduced mana reserved. All these kind of stuff is insane for synthesis. And let me just pitch another one to you. What if you get a Nebulous with 3 mods on it? You can get double damage, you can get explode. This is going to increase your profit margins on synthesis maps and doing them considerably. And again, you would do 4 synthesis maps, and then you would do the invitation, because you get a chance every time you do that invitation. It pays for itself completely with the Maven Splinters and the Orbs and the Watchstones, and then you get a chance, well, pretty much a high chance, at getting additional loot from those 4 bosses you just did. It's like 3 loot. You should absolutely be doing 4 invitation, 4 invitation. That's the strategy, guys, now for boss killing. Now, let's say you wanted to farm Shaper and Uber Elder. This is the other one which will be extremely profitable if you can do it. Absolutely ridiculous. I can't actually do this yet. It's very difficult for me, but you could probably do it as a miner or a very, very geared other character indeed. Very, very exciting. Let's take a look at that. How do we close this? I can't remember. There we go. So the one I'm talking about here is Cortex, Chayula, Alluring Abyss, Shaper, and Uber Elder. Now, if you take a look at their profit margins on the website, they're a little bit unfortunate. So if you take a look at Cortex, you're actually going to make a little bit of money there. Uber Theory is a bit of cash. Shaper's pretty good. And then Uber Elder, sorry, is not too great. Keep in mind this Uber Elder is with a identified lowest price Watcher's Eye. If you get an unidentified one, it's going to really pump that up. But yeah, Uber is definitely not that much profit outside of the watches eye right now. So yeah, you wouldn't traditionally make much money off these, but with the invitation, you will actually get 7+ splinters just from running it, which is insane. And then you'll also get a ton of watch stones and of course the orbs, but you'll have a chance to get loot off of Chayula, Uberelda, Ubertsu, all of them. You could get like Dying Sun, you could get Watcher's Eye, you could get a Void Forge. It's just going to duplicate all of the most profitable, well not profitable, all of the most difficult bosses in the game. It's going to duplicate all their loot and give you a chance of getting it again. You could get 2 drops, you get 3 drops. It's actually crazy. It's very, very hard, but the invitations, because it's so hard, are very, very cheap. You can get the invitations for Uberelda and all that stuff like that for pennies. They're very, very common and not many people can do them. So if you can take them out, then you're going to make an absolute killing. So that's kind of like the strategies for bossing. You're going to basically go for those 4 bosses, do that set, and then get the invitation, and you can make an absolute crushing amount of money if you're doing Guardians. I think it's still probably the best. If you can do that real fast now while you still can make money, you're going to get absolutely rich until the prices adjust to where Guardian maps are lower price than the fragment. I mean, the fragments are lower price than the Guardians. You're just going to make so much money off it, it's going to be crazy. So really, really good as a boss killer. I run my Guardian maps white because it's kind of spooky with the Maven on there and you get 2 of them. But if you can run them yellow, you're going to get a lot more maps to sell as well, and it's going to be a lot more gravy. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. We made a ton of currency off of this strategy. We're going to be moving into maps now, but hopefully you guys have enjoyed and you're going to make a lot of money off this too. I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.